Tonight's Chiefs-Ravens game.
All right, yeah, so for people that don't live on the internet the way I do, they might not be familiar with it, but there's a Twitter account called Freezing Cold Takes that while it's an intellectually dishonest and morally bankrupt account, I actually like it because it has forced many people in my profession into being cowards. They don't want to give a strong opinion because they're terrified that this doofus is going to put them on Freezing Cold Takes. Hey, so imagine my surprise when I see this tweet sent to me last night, posted by Freezing Cold Takes, just a picture of the committee's preseason rankings. And my question here is, what is freezing cold about this tweet, about this take, about these rankings? Maybe Freezing Cold Takes is unaware, but punctuation matters. Do you see what is next to the 20-0? A question mark. Not an exclamation point. It is a question. 20-0? Maybe. What's wrong with the rest of it? Looks look pretty good to me. Ravens look good. Bills bounce back. Titans and Seahawks both have played one good game, one bad game. True contenders, all of it. Unless they're saying it's freezing cold because I have the Packers overrated, the committee stands by all of that. But if that's not enough, after having that sent to me, this gets sent to me, and it has to be sent to me because I have blocked Cowherd. Cowherd.
That's great.
I'm not even going to. King of the AFC QBs. Good take, Colin. Can't wait to noon West Coast time for you to talk about this and also explain to America that you also don't know much about punctuation because that apostrophe does not go there, sir. It's pluralized, not possessive. Bad job, Freezing Cold Takes. Bad job, Cowherd. I'm getting angrier as the day goes on, Wiles.
Punctuation.
Cowherd, king of the apes. Unbelievable.
Clearly, all right.
Unbelievable, Wilds.
Okay, Oklahoma leading Nebraska 23-9. Cornhuskers 4th and 18 trying to get a late touchdown, but Oklahoma's DJ Graham, one of the best interceptions you'll ever see. One problem. By the letter of the law and strategy, and it pains me to say this, probably should have knocked it down. You probably should have. Here's Oklahoma's coach after the game.
Wow.
He says, I might have been the first coach in history to challenge a play we got an interception on, Riley said with a laugh. I was hoping it would have gone down. So here's the thing. We all know this was a wonderful play and we want it to happen. But it's kind of right. Gets the ball at the 2, they go 3 and out. It's a short punt, they run it back. Nebraska ends up scoring in 3 plays to make it a close game. Oklahoma goes to hang on and win the game. But we need to have an awesome clause. And it should be a judgment call. Just like targeting is a judgment call, just like unsportsmanlike penalty is a judgment call if you want to eject somebody in the game. There are judgment calls usually on the negative. There has to be judgment calls on the positive. Where if you see a play so awesome that you get to make a 15-yard, not penalty, 15-yard advance, throw the flag, it's got sparkles on it, it's an awesome flag. You throw the awesome flag, oh, we got the awesome flag, 15 yards up. New rule, the awesome flag, how we decided it. The awesome flag, throw the flag, go 15 yards.
You finally said something smart this morning.
Thank you, buddy.
Oh, it's actually a good take. It's shocking.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I think we're all in on that one. We'll not go on Freezing Cold Takes. Let's play a little draw in a blank. Lamar Jackson refused to lose last night. Wasn't falling to 0-4 versus Mahomes, so he ran for 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter of the Ravens' 36-35 win last night and did one beautiful half cartwheel. You can ask my daughters. It counted. Pretty special performance, but Broussard, the Sunday performance that caught your eye was blank.
Well, Jen, I could easily go with Lamar Jackson, but I'm going to go with Derek Carr. Derek Carr, not only did he play great for the second straight weekend in taking out one of the AFC's top defenses last week. It was the Ravens, who you may have heard beat Nick's Chiefs yesterday. So he has looked tremendous through 2 games. It is not an overstatement. I never thought I'd say this. It's not an overstatement to say Derek Carr is firmly in the MVP race. As early as it is, he is firmly right there. The pace he's playing at right now. And here, it's not just the stats. The stats were tremendous, right? 2 touchdowns, over 300 yards. But it is the circumstances under which he performed. He was missing 3 of his starting offensive linemen. Josh Jacobs, the great running back, was out with injury. So they only averaged 2 yards a carry against the great Pittsburgh Steelers defense that had shut down Josh Allen, last year's MVP runner-up, just a week ago. And Derek Carr was tremendous. And unlike the week before, he didn't just focus and hone in on the greatest player John Gruden's ever coached, Darren Waller. He spread the ball around, hit 8 receivers, 7 of them for more than 1 catch. The throw to Henry Ruggs, the 61-yarder, that we'll see it at some point. There it is right there. It couldn't have been thrown any better. Ruggs did not have to break stride at all. It was a great pass. Derek Carr was tremendous. And all of a sudden, that division looks like it might be wide open now. I'm just saying after 2 weeks.
Normally during this drawing a blank segment, I say, oh, good take, Broussard, but here's mine. But today, I'm going to tell the truth. Terrible take. He wasn't even the best Derek of the day. Because the best Derek was Derrick Henry. He was also the best performance of the day. 182 yards, 3 touchdowns, down 14 on the road in Seattle. What does Derrick Henry do? Once they're down 14 in the 4th, he has 107 yards and 2 touchdowns. This is how good Derrick Henry is. He was mediocre at best week 1 at 58 yards. And it's like, oh my goodness, You're already way behind the sticks as far as what you're going to need if you're going to need to have a 2,000-yard season. You're going to need to have 178 yards to get back on track for a 2,000-yard season. So he gives you 182. He single-handedly carried the Titans back in this game. They were on the precipice of a brutal start to the season instead, because they have not only the best running back in the league since Adrian Peterson by a wide margin. That's why he was the best player in the NFL this weekend. That's why they're 1-1, and that's why the Titans are going to cause trouble for people this season, Ross.
I like that take. There is a scene in the Tom Hanks movie Big, where they've got a meeting and they're going over a toy. And Tom Hanks, who's a child, remember, but then he's, in a grown-up's body, raises his hand and says, I don't get it. And they're like, what don't you get? He's like, I don't get it. That was me with Zach Wilson. I'm just like, I don't get it. And everyone's telling me how great Zach Wilson is. Like, I don't get it. Like, look at this little throw from his pro day. I'm like, yeah, Sam Darnold made those same throws at his pro day. And you're throwing him on the trash heap and you're putting all your faith in Zach Wilson. And I hope Zach Wilson does well. But my answer is Jets quarterbacks past and present. Old Zach Wilson decided to test the Patriots secondary. It didn't go too well. 4 interceptions. Meanwhile, Sam Darnold has got Robbie Anderson. He's got Christian McCaffrey looking great. And he's also Tom Brady-esque, inspiring the Carolina defense, which is number 1 in pass defense and number 1 in rushing defense. They've given up a total of 21 points. So, Sam Darnold over Zach Wilson, should have never let him go. That's the hottest take he got, but it's true. My Sam Darnold stock going through the roof.
Going through the roof. Hey, Belichick beating up on a rookie quarterback. Tale as old as time. We got a shift to Dak Prescott and the Cowboys. They got win number 1 yesterday. Did Dallas prove they're a force to be reckoned with now in the NFC? Zeke even ate a little bit yesterday.